Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You might notice that there's something different about me. I got a new nose ring. It's not a ring, it's a stud. No, I got my hair done. I also never claimed to be good with timekeeping or consistency. So, hey. It was really weird of me to start doing this when I got a new job that I had to give 48 hours a week to. But it's fine, I'm back. You don't need to worry anymore. All 23 of you guys. So, do you remember in my last video I spoke about how I was doing a 30-day challenge? Well, this is my update for my 30-day challenge. So 30 days have passed all of a sudden. Basically, get right into it, I did the 30-day stomach vacuum challenge. So I saw Kelty O'Connor doing the same thing, which she saw Stephanie Buttermore doing, so I don't know who to credit here, but we'll just credit both. Kelty also spoke about how she had a massive rib cage, and I was like, oh, and then she was talking about how her core strength is really poor, and I was like, oh. So basically, a stomach vacuum is where you leave all the air out of your lungs and then pull your stomach and your core muscles in as hard as you can or as tight as you can and just hold that. So I changed phones in the meantime, so the notes that I was keeping, look, okay, I'm here now, but my shortcomings do not have to be focused on. Anyway, so my notes, I started on the 17th of September, and I was only, so really you should be doing 3 times, maybe 20 seconds each, so 20, 20, 20. I could only manage 10 seconds at the very beginning. I was not able to hold my stomach in that hard for without air. So I could only manage 10 seconds at a time when I first started, and furthermore I could only manage 2 10 seconds. So if I tried to do a third 10 seconds, I actually couldn't. My muscles couldn't contract, I couldn't do it. So that was where I started. My core is so poor. There was a while when I first started working out that I wasn't sure I had core muscles. I just didn't. I can't. Okay, they're not there. But I started that anyway on the 17th of September, and I did that. Now I skipped I think I skipped 3 days, just the way that it felt. Some days I'd have to go to work and then I'd have eaten, so by the time I come home it's harder to do, obviously, when there's food in your stomach, because you can't pull it in as hard. So it is kind of something to do first thing when you get up in the morning. But when I start work at 6 a.m, I do not want to be getting up at 5:30 and holding my stomach in, okay? It's not, my morning routine is very quick fire because I'm usually late. So I like to just get up and go. I did miss a few days, but to be fair, by the time, so today is the 30-day. Yes, so today is the 30-day mark. To be honest, I feel like I can do it a lot better. I can do it for slightly longer. I did graduate to 15 seconds kind of halfway through, and I did maybe 15 seconds, and then I was doing 2 10 seconds again. Tried to bump it up then to 2 15s, 1 10, and I did try and increase it as much as I could, because obviously progressive overload, your muscles get stronger when you keep pushing them further. You can't keep doing the same thing constantly and expect to build consistent progress. But so I did try and work it out a little bit like that. Oh, sorry, Luna's here. I started feeding Luna a raw diet. I can do a video on that as well. So I transitioned her from dry kibble to raw meat, and she is getting on amazingly. Now I did get her some goat. She did not like the goat, but we stick with chicken and beef and we're happy. She loves it. Seen such a difference in her. She's so much happier. But yeah, okay, sorry. So I think around day 8, I figured out how to pull my stomach in. So I did take a few video clips, and I'll probably try to put them in. I don't know how to edit a video like that, but I can try and put them in so you can see sort of how I started out and then how I progressed on. But I definitely think that I got better at holding my stomach in with the muscles, using my muscles as the time passed. Also, something that Kelty brought up, I mentioned this earlier and then I forgot to talk about it. So Kelty was talking about, her rib cage and her core strength. So it's an anterior pelvic tilt. So why I was talking about Kelty was she spoke about how she had like a weak core, she had like a rib cage that kind of, so instead of your rib cage coming straight down, it kind of kicked out. So like, you know, your rib cage doesn't flare out at the bottom, so obviously there's something there. And she had, and it still has an anterior pelvic tilt. So that is where so instead of going straight down, you tilt your pelvis down so your bum sticks out at the back. You get a curve in your lower back. This means that your lower back is taking a lot of the pressure. Your core doesn't have to work at all. So your core is not holding you up whatsoever. It's just there. I can show you. Bear with me. Okay, can we see me? So when you have an anterior pelvic tilt, you stand like this. And this is pretty much how I stand. Now you should be standing like this. Do you see the difference? Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But yeah, so she said that doing the vacuum challenge didn't really, I'm very close to you, I'm sorry. Doing the challenge, she noticed a little bit of difference. She just thought that after the 30 days, she had only just realized how to engage her core, and she had built her core strength at that point. Whereas I think when Stephanie Buttermore did it, she did it at the end of another ab or core challenge, so she already had that strength there. But like, my core is very weak, so it was really, really hard to figure out how to engage those muscles and connect with those muscles, because obviously mind-muscle connection is a huge part as well of working out and training. So if you can't connect with the muscles in your core, you're never going to be able to, like, your back is just going to take all the pressure, or you're like, I don't know, your legs, I don't know, but you can't do it. It would be like if you didn't know to use your biceps, so you just pulled with your shoulder, you know? That's the same. That's exactly the same. What is on my shoulder? Is that chocolate? Might be hair dye. I'm gonna be upset if that's hair dye. So I took measurements at the beginning. Of course, I took them in a video, so I do not have them written down, but basically I do know. So because I started work, I have lost weight, but like obviously weight is not, I used to be drinking a lot of water. I don't drink a lot of water now, so the weight doesn't really dictate anything. I took measurements of my rib cage and my waist before and after, and also like just standing and then like sucking in, or like, I don't have the right words, like I think that sucking in is quite like a damaging term, but like contracting my muscles. Very little change. There was like no change at all in the inches or anything like that. So it did help me feel stronger. When you stand properly, you feel that you stand properly, but it's actually quite uncomfortable for me because my core is so weak. When I do contract my core and stand straight and tuck in my pelvis, it really hurts. Like, it hurts me so much. So I didn't do it a huge amount. I did it for the few seconds, and then I kind of, every so often, if I think about it during the day, I'll do it, but I won't do it an awful lot. I'll forget about it. It's uncomfortable. Just stand like a slug. So did I notice any discernible differences? No. However, I do feel more confident. So I feel more confident now that I'm able to contract my muscles, and I know that it is giving my lower back support, and it's tucking my body and my spine the way it's supposed to be when I stand up straight. It also makes you stand up straight. There's like more confidence there. I also think it's pretty cool that I'm now able to contract muscles in my stomach, which I wasn't able to do at all. I cannot stress this enough. I could not do that. I was doing a plank and I'm like buckled in, like I'm just ugh. So yeah, that is pretty much, in conclusion, stomach vacuums, very good for mind muscle connection, super good for me to figure out where my core is. My core is here. My core. You missed me, alright? You missed me. Really good to figure out where my core is and how to strengthen it and how to contract it and how to use it. Really good to tell me that I have very little mind muscle connection and very little core strength. Deal with that what you will. And just sort of confidence wise, being able to stand up straight, being able to hold my body properly because it does get quite tiring. Like, it's painful on your lower back. When your lower back is buckled in, it's like that picture of Kim Kardashian with the glass on her bum. That is exactly how I look. I'm a joke. No, that is, so your back is curved out, and it's a lot of pressure on your lower back, and obviously you only have the one back. So you gotta take care of it. But would I recommend it? I don't really have much to say about it at all. Like, it is what it is. It was fine. It was a good habit to get into now that I can do core contractions. Also, point of note, I worked out I think once in the last 30 days, so my results were not at all affected by any sort of exercise, anything other than my regular daily steps. No, I don't know. Look, it's the same as a plank challenge. It's the same as the 30-day push-ups challenge. Like, what are you doing it for? Do you have any goals in mind? I did it to see if it helped with my posture, my core strength, my mind-muscle connection. It did. It's fine. Definitely still needs work. It's definitely something you have to consistently work on. Now that my 30 days are up, I think I might not do it again, but this is such a weird video. I've just had a scone, so I'm all sugared up. I'm sorry. If you have any other 30-day challenges that you want me to do, or like experiments, I could do experiments. Not like life-altering experiments, but I'll do them. Let me know down below in the comments. So yeah, thanks for watching. There may or may not have been video clips. I don't know. If anybody knows any free video editing software for Windows, please let me know, because I'm using like Windows Movie Maker, and I know I'm not the best at video editing, but I'm sure I have more potential than this video editor allows. Okay, thanks. I'll see you guys again. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe next week. I don't know. Bye.